Alright. We are now finally past the kidnapping of Cordelia and are about to deal with Fouzen. However, before we do that...
Report. Squad 7's R&R.
We have a useless report that has no combat. Fan service episode. Woo! It doesn't matter.
Figure this has got to be big if they put out an emergency call, right?
Oh, back into the field again? Militia ever heard of time off?
I'm sorry to have called you here so early. I had news for Squad 7 of a pressing nature. The higher-ups were watching, both during your recovery of the princess and elsewhere. In recognition of those accomplishments, you and I are being granted special leave.
Ooh!
That's great news.
Are you serious?
Music to my ears.
How wonderful.
There's more. We've been granted access to a stretch of shoreline owned by House Randgries.
In other words, the royal family is basically giving them a free trip to their private beach.
House Randgries owns a stretch of shoreline?
They own the entire country. Why wouldn't they own a stretch of shoreline personally for their use? I mean, they have summer homes, they probably have hunting homes. They probably have houses all over the country. Why would you ask that?
In other words, our orders are to cut loose and relax on a posh private beach.
Yay.
No way. That princess really knows how to up the morale, don't she?
I wouldn't say that.
The whole place to ourselves. Talk about luxury.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Hey, but what should I do? I don't own a swimsuit.
Don't know why not.
Then come on, let's go shopping. I'll pick out something nice for you.
Don't trust Rosie. Do not trust Rosie.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna back.
Wow, it's been years, huh? This should be fun, though, Ys.
Yeah, I suppose they haven't been to the beach. Considering they're landlocked, going to the beach would probably have been quite the trip for them.
Yes. Very.
We'll leave as soon as you're ready. You've earned this break. Enjoy it. Dismissed.
Yes. On to the beachside holiday. Or a beachside holiday. Get this done before the mission starts, that way we don't have to worry about it later. They brought the tank.
Wow. You can really tell this is a private beach. It's beautiful.
Yep, no
The
trash
water's so
anywhere.
blue. There's not many places this well preserved around anymore. Look at those white wings.
Hi, Welkin. This, swimsuit was Rosie's idea. Really, I tried to tell her no.
No, you didn't.
I wasn't sure I could pull it off. What do you think? Do I look okay?
It's great, actually. Great?
You mean it?
Huh? Yeah. That is, you're as pretty as a white-winged gull.
I look like a seagull?
Yeah. Those wings are just gorgeous.
Okay, so that was a compliment?
You bet it was. The white-winged gull is just about my favorite bird.
Okay. Then thanks, Welkin.
Someone's taking this private beach thing a little too literally. It's already hot enough as it is.
Rosie!
Don't try to pretend. You picked the raciest suit just for the lieutenant. The nerve of some girls.
Rosie, you're the one who told me to get it. Okay, someone's going in the water.
Okay, don't lose your top!
Hey! Hey, Welks.
Oh, hey, Ace. You having fun?
I am.
Been a while since we've come to the beach, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That reminds me. Weren't you afraid of the water, Ace? I remember you clinging to that floaty Porcavian. We tried to drag you out and you started bawling.
Welkin. I was barely a toddler then.
Right, sorry. You must be a great swimmer by now.
That's none of your business.
Well, considering that she hasn't really had any excuse to go swimming, I sincerely doubt she'd be a great swimmer. Unless she goes swimming in the local river, because we know there was a river that in Brule, their hometown, so she might have gone swimming there. But yeah, the last time they went swimming probably was when they were a lot younger.
Welks! Here goes, Welkin!
I believe they're playing beach volleyball.
Ah!
Since there's no explanation of this scene.
Mike?
They brought the pig.
And down goes the boss. Man, those kids got too much energy.
And he's still in uniform.
You're sounding like an old man, Largo.
What? I ain't that old.
Nah, that's debatable.
Oh, no? Then why did you just sound like my grandfather, hmm?
Yeah. You sure you don't want to go for a swim? I thought you liked that.
Nobody wants to see me running around in a skimpy suit like those kids. Not at my age.
Debatable.
Whatever you say, Granny. You're no better than I am, are you?
You haven't changed a bit since the day you enlisted. You still can't recognize a joke.
Yep, this is one of the build-up scenes to represent the idea of the fact that Largo does in fact have a crush on Virat, and they'd used to know each other before the events. So it's not just one of those situations where it's like, oh, he's got a crush on the captain. And no, they actually served together at the First War.
And you still got a mouth on you. Think I'd keel over if that changed.
So yeah, they used to know each other. In fact, they used to serve in the same unit.
Thank you for the lovely compliment.
She got promoted to captain, but I think he stayed as enlisted.
Come to think of it, didn't we all go to the beach just after we enlisted?
And here it is.
Yes, we had a big seashell hunt competition. I don't think you found a single one.
This is where we're going to introduce another reference to, I think it's another reference. I don't know if I can't remember if this is the first or second reference to the individual who's not important, but does have a vague importance to these two's story.
I remember. Yeah, that was a wild time. Then Frederick winds up soaked to the bone.
Yes, Frederick. That's his name.
Largo. No Frederick stories.
See, this is a fairly important reference, as this is going to come back in one of the other side stories.
Oh, hey. I'm sorry.
No. I should apologize. I'm going for a little walk.
Hell?
And now we can finally get this over with and get back to the main story.
Ys, over here! Pass the ball over here!
Isara! Nail him! Go!
Yeah, I think they're still playing volleyball.
Okay.
And she nailed the pig.
Hans, did I hit you with that? I'm so sorry.
He's probably a better player than Rosie is.
She nailed the pig.
All by yourself, huh? Why don't you go join them?
Yeah, if there's only 3 players, it's kind of an unfair game.
Nah, that's not my thing.
Always have to play it cool, huh?
What's Miss Ellett doing there anyway?
So what, did your journalist duties call you to the beach, or are you just bored?
Since this is a private beach, how did she even get in there?
Got me there. If I'm spending a day at the beach, I'd rather be with my boyfriend.
Oh ho ho! You got yourself a boy, do ya? Color me jealous.
Right? But there's times when I feel envious of you all, too.
Yeah, I suppose.
I interviewed a good chunk of Gallia's army, but I didn't see any other units like yours.
Yeah, there should be a lot more.
True comrades. The bond you guys have is really a cut above the rest.
That's because they tried to kill each other at the beginning.
Now get over there already. They're all waiting for you.
Well, I could take pity on him. And it's not like chatting with an old married lady is any fun.
You're a piece of work.
Alright, guys, make room for me.
Oh, a promising contender joins the fray. Rosie, think you could pair up with Isara?
What? Sure, fine. Isara, pull your weight or you're swimming.
Okay, I'll do my best, Rosie.
And this plays into something that's going to happen a little bit later.
Alright, throw the ball, Isara.
Okay.
God, don't hit me with it! You're supposed to throw it that way!
Rosie, did I hit you with that? I'm so sorry.
She said the same thing about hands. That pig has no mouth. Okay, finally we can get to the actual mission.
We've been given orders for our next mission. The militia's taking back the city of Fouzen.
Yep.
Fouzen's that big industrial city with all those Ragnite mines, right?
Yep, sure is, Largo, and it's going to be a very important turning point mission.
Yes. If we manage to reclaim it, it'll be a shot in the arm to Gallia's productivity.
And a shot in the face to the Empire.
Sounds good. So what's the plan, boss?
The militia will break up into squads and set up a perimeter around the city.
That really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, a couple of squads, if it's a major industrial city. Plus, there's also the fact that the Empire is going to have tanks and a sort of other thing. A couple of squads isn't going to cut it.
Once that's set, Squad 7 takes the point. Here, look at this.
An armored rail vehicle?
Yeah, you know about that, but you're only sending a few squads.
Right. They installed it to defend their hold on the city. Now our mission is to destroy it.
Yeah, okay, so we destroy it. Any idea how we take on a beast like that?
Destroy the railroad it's on.
Gonna take a lot more than a pack of soldiers marching at it to do that, boss.
Don't worry. We've got some hefty support on this one.
No, you don't.
Support? Like who?
You know that Darksons from Empire-held areas have been brought there, right?
I don't know how you consider that heavy help.
I've heard stories, yes. That they're being used as forced labor in the Ragnite mines and weapons factories.
According to Captain Virat, one of the men in the camps is acting as our agent.
Yay.
Here I get my hopes up and it's just some dark hair? Got any more great news?
What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying, I hope this guy's not as stubborn as someone else we know.
You know, considering that the other thing Darskins have a reputation for is mechanical aptitude and Ragnite knowledge, wouldn't having him to deal with the train kind of imply that they have a good... I'm not going to say idea what they're doing, but at least a decent weapon to use against it? I mean, that's an implication.
Please stop judging people solely by your preconceptions. All Darksons are different.
Yep.
Sure could have fooled me. I couldn't tell you dark hairs apart if I tried.
Which is hilarious if you've played the beach mission just a few seconds prior, because now we're right back to this. There's a lot of chronological dissociation. Because even though that chapter happens right before this one, it doesn't actually happen before this one. Technically, it happens right after the events of the princess's capture. But still, her attitude now doesn't match with what just happened.
I don't believe you have ever really tried, Rosie.
No, you just didn't.
Yeah, she did, and honestly, that doesn't even mean anything.
Just drop it already. We're soldiers. We'll do our best out there. If the orders say work with a Darkson, we do.
I've got 2 Darskins on the squad.
That said, I ain't making any promises if this guy turns out to be useless. You hear?
Nadine is one of the best engineers we've got.
Well, we can't know for sure until we meet him, but the mission hinges on him.
Don't know why it would.
We begin the march on Fouzen at first light. The attack begins at sundown.
I mean, it's kind of a mixture of foreshadowing and irrelevance. Okay, this is one of the most controversial scenes in the game, but at the same time, I think it actually describes a good explanation of General, whatever his name was, because now I've forgotten all of a sudden. The General's personality. A lot of people say, oh, he's so evil, he's running a concentration camp. The reality is he's not. When you stop and think about it, he's not actually running anything. He's just there. Yes, he's the general of the Northern Occupation, and Fouzen's part of the Northern Occupation. He just happens to be there today. The real people who are treating these Darskins so horribly are the actual people managing Fouzen, not the general. He almost has no connection to this whatsoever. Everyone treats him like, oh, he's a terrible person, he's running a concentration camp. No, the Empire is running a concentration camp, meaning whoever is managing this place when he's not here is the one who's basically causing all the trouble.
Oh, this stench is unbearable.
Gregor, that was his name. Now, the interesting thing, the reason I say this is a good judge of his character, he doesn't have to be here doing this. He's down in the camp itself. He is the third in command of the entire Galliot invasion. There's Maximilian, Salvaria, and him. Technically, Jaeger actually is outranked. He actually outranks Jaeger, because Jaeger's still technically a criminal. Gregor is the third in charge. Salvaria technically outranks him because she's Maximilian's personal guard, so he can't give her orders. Only Maximilian can. But the fact is, Gregor is third in command of the entire invasion. He has no reason to be down in this area. Him being here says a lot about how much he actually thinks about what he's doing. He knows they can't do anything to him because if they did, they'd all be killed. But at the same time, he's willing to actually go down there and investigate things himself. He wants to see it with his own eyes, not just make a judgment and say, good enough, like a lot of people do.
Please, some food, sir. Even water would...
Also, there's the fact that he's not there with any guards.
Keep your distance.
The other thing to remember is, this guy's an aristocrat first. This is how he treats everyone. Darskins just happen to be who he's treating this way at the moment. But in reality, this guy's elitist attitude applies to everyone, from Darskins to peasants to common soldiers, and especially to the Galleons, who he perceives as barbarians. He would treat them exactly the same way. This is not to say that, oh, he's so racist. Everyone's racist. That's like saying the grass is green, or the air is dirty. It's a slum.
Presumptuous, dark-haired, filthy.
Now, that's probably the most racist thing he's said so far, but at the same time, the fact that he's even there indicates some things about his personality. He is so confident in his own superiority that he doesn't need anyone to watch out for him or guard him, because he's confident that no one can touch him. One could say overconfident in that, which is what gets him killed, but still.
Where is the one responsible for this hovel?
Perpetual Frown Man.
You rang?
Ah, yes, old One Eye.
I hear a worker in Sector D has been disobeying his work orders. Would you care to explain this infraction?
Why would he need to explain it? I mean, you're General Gregor. Why are you here asking about one person not doing their job? This is way, way out of your realm of concern. You have no reason to be here, no reason to be asking these questions, but here you are, the third in command of the entire conflict, going into the Darskin camp and just going in there and saying, hey, one of your people's not doing his job. Want to explain it to me? When most of the people would probably just have that Darskin shot. Because that's how the Empire treats them. They don't care.
He's not disobeying you. He's been sick as a dog for a couple of days now.
Now, this is where things get interesting, because for all intents and purposes, what he just said right there is enough to get Zaka shot. There's no reason Gregor has to take that from him, especially considering what we've already seen of his personality.
Folks from other camps working D sector have gotten sick lately too. One's in a coma. That's where they handle Ragnite Refinery. Sure the toxic exhaust's being handled right?
Yeah, Gregor has no valid reason to be accepting Zaka's explanations, or even the fact that Zaka's questioning him or his authority. He could literally have Zaka dragged out, shot, and then basically say, anyone else who wants to suffer the same fate, he can do something, whatever. The long and short of it is, Gregor has no valid reason to be accepting Zaka's excuses. That is very much against the character of the Empire. They don't care. They don't care about Darskins, they don't care about civilians, they don't care about anything other than victory. But here he is, going down to the camp and saying, hey, explain yourself.
That's no concern of yours or mine. You animals need only be silent and obey.
Yeah, he pretty much acts like that with everyone.
Let's think of it this way. You drive them to death and the work stops getting done. That doesn't help you much, eh?
The fact that he's even stopping and considering it says a lot about his character.
I'll let you know as soon as he can work. Think you could let him rest for now?
Very well. Have him return to work the minute he's able.
This right here explains Gregor's personality in a nutshell. He inquired, he got an explanation that's not only reasonable but valid, and he's actually accepting it and acknowledging that the essentially conscripted slave labor force actually are human beings in a way. He does not have to do that. This is something everyone else misses when they talk about Gregor. They see him as, oh, he's just the most Nazi of the group because he's running a concentration camp. No, as long as Gregor's here, their lives actually slightly improve because the Imperial soldiers of this base cannot do anything without Gregor's approval. If he says no, no one else can do anything. If he says let them rest, they have to let them rest. That is the power Gregor wields right now, and that is why him allowing Zaka to make these excuses and even accepting it shows that Gregor is a lot more compassionate than the average Imperial.
And remember, no one would miss the likes of a few of you maggots.
I mean, he still has to be threatening because he is a general and an aristocrat. He probably says the exact same thing to his own people back at home. Because, let's face it, we've all seen the stereotypical aristocrat. Gregor is that, and the general of a hostile army. So he's got double bonuses. And now we have the actual mission. Now we're going to need to do this quick. But there's also an ace that I need to kill.
Here is your mission brief.
Here's your mission. Put on some briefs. Basically, mission is get tank to destination. That's it. That's all we do. Drive tank from point A to point B. Technically, we do not need anybody other than these characters. I'm going to take Juno just for the sake of argument.
If there are no questions, let's get started. I wish you good luck and happy hunting.
Because
Our top priority is to get to the rendezvous point. Squad 7, move out!
Manan.
Well, this is Fouzen. Looks like a complicated layout.
Let's move carefully here. We don't want to be spotted.
Here we go! Hostile sighted!
Driving the tank. Oh, crap.
Lieutenant Gunther, you may be able to move unseen using the trolley cars around town. Their path is fixed, and they can only fit one person, but they may get you behind the enemy.
Yeah.
That's the block out there. Hostile sighted!
Enemy!
Like I said, our main goal
Here we go!
is the tank. Everything else is irrelevant.
Hostile sighted! Fire!
Enemy!
We have nothing to fear from the snipers.
Moving
but
out!
it's a great way to sneak Alicia behind the enemy forces.
Enemy unit spotted! Please hit!
Target silenced. Head to the next one.
Watch out for the landmine.
Enemy sighted!
Please continue advancing. The target
Enemy
is up ahead.
sighted! My turn, okay?
neutralized.
Enemy sighted!
Now, I would prefer to move the tank, but
My turn,
under
okay?
the circumstances,
Can't beat the smell of fresh soil.
let's see if this works.
Please hit!
Nope, still missed.
I'm impressed, but not...
Honestly, I just want that guy.
My turn, okay?
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
The reason I wanted that guy dead is because he reduces
Entering
the amount
combat.
of
Now!
Good.
Alright. Turn one and done. Now, the mortar can't actually hurt the tank, if memory serves correctly.
Entering combat! Gotta love nature.
Yeah. I don't actually care.
Head toward the objective.
I would prefer it if they both hit me here.
Entering combat!
Come on. Come back this way.
This whole place reeks of them. Please don't let up on the offense.
Actually, I would prefer if these things stopped here, because then
We could use some
I can
backup.
just drive out of it.
Hostile sighted!
Have you sighted them yet?
Now!
There's another one gone.
Good. That makes things...
See, I'm already out of the range of both of those.
Moving out!
Have you sighted them yet? All units, watch your surroundings.
Be patient.
Enemy sighted!
Don't go out alone. Back each other up. Good work. Keep it up.
Here we go!
I wish there was a better way to deal with this. But
Entering
unfortunately,
combat.
there's not.
Gotta love nature. Fire!
I'm gonna have to take this hit.
My turn, okay?
Now's your chance.
Now!
Or I could not.
Good work. Keep it up.
Enemy sighted! Enemy unit spotted!
There he goes. Huh. I don't plan on being anywhere near those two searchlights, so I can just carry on.
Entering combat! Under miner fire!
Just keep up this pace!
It's a big enough target. Try not to miss it.
Here we go!
See? Already out of the range of that. I do not have to worry at all
Stay
about
close
it.
out there.
Gotta love nature.
Now this is kind of important. This guy's got to die. Him and his buddy.
You're doing well.
The reason is
Moving out!
because I want to capture that base with Alicia.
Now!
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
Because I don't want those reinforcements to show up.
All units. Enemy camp occupied. Good work.
I do, however, want to go up here.
When this thing's over, I'm going back to the farm.
Now the thing is, there's a tank and a couple of guys at the end of this
Entering
bridge.
combat! Gotta love nature.
Moving out!
And a couple of snipers up here.
Enemy unit
Time your
spotted!
shots carefully,
Enemy
soldiers.
sighted! Enemy sighted!
That is why I said the Car 8 is kind of a cheat gun.
Nice work.
Because all you gotta do is just, you can kill anything with it.
Moving out!
It doesn't matter.
Please hit! Just keep up this pace! My turn, okay?
Good work. Keep it up.
There's an ace on this map. And it just so happens he's right up here. But see what I mean? You never, ever have to worry about that artillery.
Entering combat! Enemy sighted! Minor damage sustained.
If you do manage to damage the tracks completely,
Entering combat!
that just gets a whole heck of a lot harder.
Head toward the objective.
Hostile sighted!
You can all do this. Stay strong.
I just need to get there.
My turn, okay? Can't beat the smell of fresh soil.
Oswald the Iron.
Good work. Keep it up.
And that's it. That's all I literally needed to do. The ace is dead.
Entering combat!
So I just need to drive the Ada Weiss onto this,
Here we go!
It may take an extra turn. I don't want it to. Because 4 turns is actually the limit. I really, really needed this to be done in 4 turns.
Here we go! Gotta love nature.
Upgraded guns for me.
Operation...
See, how did they get in there? There's guards patrolling. And they just walked in the front door, in full Galleon uniforms. What is that thing around his neck?
What the hell is this?
What are those things? That's why he doesn't bite himself?
Hey,
Zaka?
What brings you folks here? And how'd you get in?
Welkin Gunther is my name. I was told there was a militia sympathizer here.
Well, you heard right. Welkin, I'm your guy. I'm Zaka. It's nice to meet you. Hey, Pumpkin. I've got to talk some adult stuff with these folks. Would you be a good girl and go to bed for me?
Okay, good night.
she's sweet. She your kid's sister?
No. Both their parents died a while back. They were victims of torture.
Torture? That's just horrible.
Listen, we have a lot of work to do. Follow me, let's get started. As you can see, Fouzen's factories are located on the canyon's edge, split between an upper and lower level.
We're at the bottom.
There's an armored train that services those factories. It moves on rails built into the upper level, shooting downward.
If it's up there, it's completely out of our range. How do we attack it?
Get attacked from above.
Glad you asked. We take it down with this little wonder. It's a Ragnite bomb. I made it myself. I've been sneaking spare parts from under the Empire's watch for weeks. I can guarantee its power.
You think one bomb's gonna blow this thing up?
I'm not proposing we use it on the train. We use it on this.
I get it. We take out the rails. Then the train drops into the canyon from the bridge.
Exactly. You can leave the setting of the bomb to me. I want all of you to provide a diversion so I can get in there and attach the package to a strut. Once I've wired it and gotten a safe distance away, I'll give you a signal. Then you'll detonate it and destroy the bridge.
Right. Sounds good.
I really wish I could level up.
Did you have any questions about the mission then?
No, I got it.
Is there something else?
And he opens his other eye. It's a miracle.
Forget it.
Oh, I get it now. You're wondering if you can trust me because I'm a Darkson, yeah?
Well, yes. It's true.
If you don't mind me asking, tell me something you like.
What?
Something you enjoy. There's gotta be something, right?
Go on.
Singing, I guess. I like to sing. And listen to other folks.
Complain.
Oh, musician, huh? Nice. I like to sing too. Nothing beats a nice tune and a little stroll. Music can pick you up or make you cry. Anthems can drive a whole country to war.
True.
That's the great thing about music. Variety. Every song is different, but it's all good.
Well, yes, but also no, some songs actually can be very, very bad, depending on how they're used.
I guess so. So what are you getting at?
If you appreciate diversity in music, why hate all the Darksons?
Ooh.
What?
There's plenty of races in the world. Each has its traits, but people are all unique. Just like with music. They've all got their good points. Well, I think so anyway.
Too bad this does not apply to reality. Video game logic, people. Just because it sounds good in a video game does not mean it can be applied in reality, because we as a human race do not follow such simple things as logic or common sense. And our opinions certainly do not change just because we are exposed to something bad that's happening to someone else. In fact, if she was a common racist, and not one that has a personal reason for it, more than likely this would have no effect whatsoever on her racism. She'd still pretty much just hate them for existing.
Singing's more fun with a chorus, right? I agree, Zaka.
Don't help. Just don't help.
There are over 30,000 kinds of beetles in the world, each with its own characteristics.
Shut up, Welkin.
It's the same for us, too.
Shut up, Welkin.
Ugh. Another one of the boss's nature talks.
Beetles.
Considering they were just compared to maggots not that long ago.
Wow, that's a new one. I never heard a man compare people to bugs in a good way before.
Yep.
I'd have to agree, though. Bickering won't do us any good. Let's try to make nice.
Captain Useless.
Okay, the operation begins tomorrow at dawn. I want everyone ready for combat.
I say useless because he's basically just another command point. Alright, let's call that an end of the episode. I could do both episodes, or both parts today. Honestly, I really should have leveled up my teams a lot more. Because I am really under-leveled for this. Normally, by now, I'm already level 20s across the board. And have all the best in class weapons. At the moment, what I've got is nowhere near enough to actually fight these guys. Because there's a lot, and I do mean a lot, of shock troopers on this mission. And I think this is where we get introduced to a lot of the black armored ones. The black armors basically being their version of elites. They have more hit points, more mobility, and are generally just better than what we've been fighting so far. But that will be all for today. Hope you enjoyed the show, what little there was of it. Have fun, and